It's Emily. I hope you all had a fantastic week. I know this video is like a little late, but yeah, I'll be fully honest. I've just been lazy. I had a lot to do. I saw Logan today. Yay! Go see Logan. My God, was that a good movie? I love the X-Men movies and I love Marvel movies. I'm just a huge nerd like that. But this one was really good, but just really sad. Just watch it. It's so good though. It definitely is probably one of the best X-Men, if not Wolverine films they've done. So there's a small review of that. But this week, as you saw, we'll be talking about. It's just basically a reflection. Next week is 1 year on HRT, and it doesn't feel like it's been a year, but it's already been a year. It is crazy. I will, with this video after next week during the actual 1 year, I will put up a photo timeline video. I'll be going out with my, and then I'll be going out with my friends that night, and we'll just be celebrating 1 year on HRT, and it's just very exciting. But it just today is just going to be a reflection of that. But first, before I start that, I wanted to talk to you guys and give you an update. On Monday, today's Sunday, so tomorrow, Monday, I have a surgical consult slash insurance consulting appointment to go over surgery stuff. I'm super nervous, but this is something I want to do, and this is something I've been waiting to do. My hope is that in 2018 I will get 2 surgeries done, top and bottom surgery. This is the plan right now. We'll see how it goes. I'm super nervous. Not so much about top, but bottom. Bottom makes me nervous. We'll see. I'm hoping to do them all in the same year for insurance purposes, fiscal year stuff. So it's less money. But yeah, I will see how that goes tomorrow. I will obviously update you guys on that after that comes about in like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, reflection. What a long, strange trip it's been. It's, I'm probably going to start this where I first, accepted myself. Because there was a time, and, I'm sure a lot of people tell you, and they go through it, I know who I was and what I am, that I am transgender, and, who I am, Emily, for a while. Obviously, I used very many different names at points, and stuff like that. But for a long time, I kind of knew. It was just more about accepting myself and accepting that this is who I am. I would tell friends. I've told you guys the story, my background story. If you haven't watched that, it's down below and like about a couple months ago, which is called My Story. I've told friends. I told friends starting in high school to all the way through college. Yeah, I told these friends, but I still didn't accept myself. It was tough. There were times where I told myself that it couldn't happen, just mainly for the fact that I didn't think it was right. I had basically prejudices against myself. I didn't think that it was okay to be transgender. It took a long time for me to see that, this is who I am and that's it. I mean, there was a while where I thought maybe I could just, cross dress or, do little things like this for a while or so on and so forth. And, I dated a lot. I dated a lot of girls. There's a trend. I figured out that, a lot of the girls I dated were girls that, I kind of wanted to be like and kind of liked and feel like I had a connection with based on, they're really cool, they're really pretty, oh, I want to be them. I didn't really want to maybe be with them. It's very complicated things in there. Obviously, they're great friends to me right now, still, most of them, and I love them to death. Especially going through a lot of this, some of them did with me, Erica, Elizabeth, and them. They did their best, and, they supported me when they could, and, it meant a lot. But but just if I start from when I accepted myself, it was probably about a year and a half ago. Um, Back then, it was when I moved in with my roommate. He is male to female to male, and I had a moment like where I knew he knew, so it was okay. It was okay for me to wear girls' clothes. It was okay for me to like do stuff around the apartment. It felt safe. It was like a safe place. Sorry, guys, ignore that. Um, it was like a safe place. Um, so I started doing that, and it felt very comfortable, and I just kept doing it. And then at one point, I felt like I was getting too comfortable with it, and I scared myself, and I put a stop to it. This was the first time in a while I had decided to dress and to do stuff as female in any capacity. So it was very hard. I'd actually, for like a good 6 month period, my roommate would ask me like, "Is everything okay? Like, you haven't like talked about it in a while. You kind of like just stopped." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, no, just don't call me that. I'm done. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this." And it was true. Like personally, I feel like nobody wants to be transgender. No one wants to be, you know, outcasted by certain people in society. Nobody wants to be looked at differently. Um, for me, it was like, I know what I am, but I don't want to accept that. I can't accept that because I don't want to be, I don't want people to be mad at me. I don't want people to hurt me. I don't, it was a very scary time for me. But, at one point, I said, you know what? No, I'll go see a therapist. I'll talk to her. If anything, she'll help me get the feelings to go away. Lo and behold, the opposite happened. Which is, probably true for a lot of people. I went and I told her kind of what I wanted. I was like, to be honest with you, I kind of want it to go away. And she was like, well, I don't feel you can do that. And she was honest. And she was like, we'll talk about it and we'll discuss, your anxiety and stuff, but about the issue, but I don't think you can do that. So like we talked, and literally right after we talked, I took it as my own acceptance that I can do this now. Like I'm talking to this person. I can do this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And like I went out like a speeding train, race car. I just flew out of there, and like I was getting my doctor. I wanted to go take hormones, which I got in September of that year. But I was a little scared to take them, so like I went on it, and then I went off of it, and then I didn't start till March again, which is March 11th, which will be my 1 year, like we talked about. But my therapist was very helpful, especially in that. It was just like, for me, I feel like she even knows that, like, for me, I know certain things. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. Like, I know what I need to do. I just need to get it across almost. I needed to say it to accept it. And it's a hard thing. Like it seems like an easier thing, but it's really not. But after that, I had I started seeing her in July. I got the hormones in September. I took them and it stopped. In November, I wrote my mother an email, just coming out. And it was hard on her first. I think she was scared that family, friends like would abandon because of what I was coming out as, because she had heard stories and about people come out as transgender, and then the family leaves and stuff like that. So she was just scared for me, I think, if anything. And that I understand. And like after a little bit, she settled down, and since then she's been very supportive. I will say that. I can't ask for more. And then I started slowly telling some more of my friends. And then I started the hormones in March. And like the second I took them, even when I took them back, like when I first did it, the feeling I got, I knew, like, as soon as I took them, and that feeling I got, I was like, this is right. This is who I need to be. Like, this feels amazing. Like, this is how people feel. This is how people live. I haven't been living for 30 years. This is crazy. Like, it's just such a mind-blowing change when you think about it. Like, for me, at first, more of the mental changes and the feeling of just being, like, complete. It it was the biggest thing and the biggest thing and the one thing I'm most grateful for. So then, I started taking them, and as I started going along, I started going out. Obviously, that last August, I went out with Allie for the first time, and and then come April, I started, like, hanging out with Allie more, and me and Allie just became better friends, and then slowly just became best friends. But, just experiencing this with her, and just, like, having this female partnership, like, as girls, and, like, just hanging out and having fun together and being friends, like, I had never had that, and it felt awesome. And I've seen the hormones starting to work, and then just, like, my confidence started rising. I started just to feel better about myself. I started to, want to do stuff. I wanted to interact with people. I want to go out. I wanted to do this. It made so much difference in my life. I wouldn't be the person I am now without it, and I'm so grateful. And then come July, I told my dad. I was super nervous about telling my dad. Because, you're their only son, and, and you're telling them, sorry, I'm not. It's a big thing, and you get very scared. He was so supportive right out the gate. And it meant a lot. Just having that, especially from him, of, like, all people, like, you think, like, when you think about this big deal of, like, your only son, like, like, this is how it is, I'm sorry, like, this is, like, blah blah blah, and just to have that support from him meant, like, the world to me. And then from there, I told the rest of my friends in September. This, had been a full year now since I've been seeing a therapist. Told my friends. I started getting electrolysis and laser, which, if I can give one point of advice, start electrolysis and laser super early. My aunt gave me that advice, and I didn't listen because I was still kind of, scared and not accepting at that point. Start it right away. It takes so much time, and it's so painful, and, like, once you transition and you have to do it afterwards, and you have to walk around sometimes beforehand when you can't shave, it's awful. Do it ahead of time if you can. Trust me. You will thank yourself. And then I told my other family members. That was kind of nerve-wracking. They all accepted me. I mean, obviously I couldn't ask for a better transition. I feel extremely lucky, and I know a lot of other people aren't. So, like, sometimes I actually feel bad about that. But my friends say you shouldn't. Like, you should be happy for your happiness and that you've been accepted. It's how, and when I think of it, it's it's how everybody should be. This shouldn't be, honestly, it shouldn't be such a big deal. It should be to the point where it's like, this is who you are. Okay. This sounds great. This is who you are. And that's kind of what I got from people. And it feels good. Now I'm just living my life like I should, and the happiest I've ever been. Last year of my life has been amazing. And, like, I don't want to change anything. Like, I want to keep going at this rate, and, like, just, like I told you guys, I have my surgical consults, so that's going to add to it. But, then coming out at work, and everybody's been accepting at work, and I've got a better connection with students like Taylor and Christina, and, like, it just, like, it blows my mind sometimes. I don't know. The changes, guys, like, the mental changes, and just through happiness in general, like I said about, like, I think I've talked about how going to work was dreadful, and now it's a pleasure. I get to talk to people. I get to hang out. I get to hang out and talk to. I get so excited to see students like I said, Taylor and Christina and Alexa and stuff. And, like, it's just exciting. And like, I enjoy what I'm doing more now. I enjoy seeing people. I don't just sit in my office and I don't just ignore people and want people to go or just get things done. I'm enjoying life, and that's what it's about. I'm finally living my life, and there's nothing more I can ask for. Yeah. So it went a little long. But yeah, seeing that 1 year is creeping up, it brings back a lot of thoughts and just how far things have actually come, and like the support of my friends and family and coworkers and students and everybody. Just it means the world to me. I don't think I'd be this person without it. I don't think I'd be as confident and happy and just this person without that support and acceptance. And I want other people to experience it, and that's another reason why I want to help other people out, and I want to let them know my experience and tell them it's going to be okay, and like try to pump them up and be positive, and we can have tons of me's. Oh my god. Totally joking. We only need one. That's me. But yeah, I hope you all guys have a swell week. I will post a timeline video next week for my 1 year. And yeah, 1 year. Crazy, right? I know. Well, I hope you guys have a... I just said it, didn't I? I'm totally all over the place. I know. I think it's just because I'm tired. Yeah. But, love you guys. Bye. Oh my god, I'm dropping. Bye.